Hello, everyone. I am a few minutes early coming in here, so I am just going to give everybody some time to come in and join me live here. If you see the little red live button at the top, that lets you know that you are here in real live time with me. You can also comment as long as you are logged in. You can comment on the live feed right now, and I can see you and I can comment back and forth with you. So that is wonderful. I love to see everybody come in. Hello, Wendy. Your birthday card actually got in the mail. Sorry it was late. I had to figure out what I had to put on for postage to get a card sent to Canada. So it took me a pretty minute to figure it out. So, hello, Georgia. Welcome, welcome. So, I am going to try to keep track of the time to make sure that we start when we are straight up on the hour. And it looks like we're doing okay. Hello, Frida. Welcome in. So we are getting ready for the holiday season of Halloween here. We plan on going over to my friend's house. So typically the last couple of years, she lives in town, and so she lives in a more neighborhood area, and they always have a wonderful like gathering at her house. She has like a little Halloween party. Her kids all come. Her kids' friends come. She always decorates the house up, and then we all go out and we take the kids and we go trick or treating. So I am looking forward to that. I do hope that our weather stays nice and cool though, because we have started heating up again. There for a couple of days, we were in the 70s, which was, oh God, it was wonderful. But then today it turned around and it has been extremely sunny and it is warm. I'm sure, I don't know exactly what temperature we're sitting at right now. And I can't see over there to, oh, it says we're sitting at 84 right now, which is still, I'll take that any day over the upper 90s and hundreds. But they are saying that we will probably be getting into the hundreds or close to triple digits by the end of the week. Yuck. I'm ready for fall. I just want the nice, cool, crisp breeze coming through. So, alrighty, it looks like we are on the hour, and so welcome everybody. I am Danny Garola, Pink Barn Stamper, here in Tucson, Arizona. Welcome to another episode of Make It Monday. Today is November 21st. I know, or November 21st, October 21st. Geez, I'm really jumping the ball here. Yeah, let's not rush it. Geez Louise, that means we would be right close to Thanksgiving, and it's just not quite there yet. So we are steadily working on getting the barn fixed. If you guys saw me this last week on Wednesday, I did our mystery stamping. I tweaked my back Wednesday morning. Not quite certain what I have done. My mom thinks that I possibly could have cracked a rib just because the pain has still been pretty uncomfortable. I mean, but then again, I am a wimp when it comes to pain. I am such a chicken. Um, I I don't do pain very well. So it could be really nothing. I may have just pulled something, but I swear I'll move a certain way and it will catch me, and like I kind of lose my breath because it's just kind of a tight little pull in there. But other than that, I have actually started, not out in the garden, but I actually started all my little startling seeds inside of the house. because like I said, it was cold there for a couple of days. I know actually up north from us, up in Prescott, they actually got some snow up there. They did say that we were going to get free, not us here in Tucson, but upper mountain areas and those areas that are higher elevation could have gotten freezing weather during the evening. So they were telling people to cover plants, take care of their pets, you know, make sure things aren't pipes, pets, and plants. That's what they call it. So yeah. Uh, I don't have a cat. Well, we do have a cat. Let me clarify. I do have a cat, but it stays in my son's room because my dog, I'm telling you, ever since he got like hit by that snake, he's not right in the head. We used to have cats and he got along just fine with our cats. Um, but when we first moved up to this house, both of my dogs got bit by the rattlesnake when we moved in. We actually wound up losing one of our dogs, our Chihuahua. She wound up passing away from it. But my big dog, the one that sometimes he'll be in here laying on the bed when I'm doing my lives, but something, I don't know if it's from the loss of his companion little friend that he had. I don't know if it's just the venom that has tweaked with his brain, but he does not get along with cats now. I don't know why. And maybe it's because the cat that we adopted, possibly because when we adopted it from the shelter here, it had a broken leg. And it's possible that the dog doesn't like the cat because the cat doesn't like dogs, because it did lose one of its limbs due to, they said that it got, they weren't sure, because when the shelter pack down here takes in animals, they don't really ever know the real story of why they get an animal in. But it was brought in by owner relinquish, and it had a broken leg. So part of the deal was when we adopted it that they would amputate that leg. So he is a tripod now. He is an amazing little kitty cat though. So when I need my kitty cat loves, I go in and I hang out in my son's room with him. But yes, I should actually have him try having him lay on me, because I do hear that cats, their purring and all that kind of stuff is supposed to be very tranquil. And I do know that they have said that when you are laying and you're not feeling well, if your cat lays on you and purrs, it's typically because they know there's something wrong. So that is kind of funny that you bring that up. So yes, we have been just hanging out here. Not much going on this week. I haven't really been feeling like getting out and doing a whole heck of a lot because of my back, but we have gone out. My husband now got the rest of the parts that we need to get the electrical going up in the barn, so he is going to be working on that on his day off. We just have a few things we need to do, like the lights. He needs to just hook those up to the electric, and then we should be good to go on that. I do have a class coming up here the beginning of November. So it is going to be my first class, whoop, 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 in the pink barn. I'm so excited to do that. I'm going to be doing a scrapbooking in the barn. It is going to be that new Autumn to Remember workshop that we have. I'm going to be letting people create some beautiful 12 by 12 fall layouts. So that's going to be fun. Alrighty, you guys, I think that is all that is going on in my exciting life. Not so exciting. Well, actually, we have been dealing with, so it's really, really odd. Now, if you or know someone who has a seizure disorder, I would love to hear your opinion on this, if you have seen these kinds of things. But it seems very, very odd that every fall my daughter's seizures start like acting up. They become more predominant. So the last couple of weeks, her seizures have really started spiking. We are noticing a lot more frequent seizures happening for her. Her medicine hasn't changed. Her food hasn't changed. Nothing's changed in life besides the weather changing. Here in Arizona, we don't have time change because I know some people say that, well, the time change is happening, but we don't have time change. But nonetheless, it does get, dark earlier in the day. So there is the actual like earth changing and that kind of stuff. But it's very, very odd. That is kind of one of the reasons back when I decided to homeschool her. Every time they would start school, her seizures would get really, really bad. Well, she hasn't been in public school for quite some time. So I think it's very, very crazy that it just seems to happen around this time of year that they really start acting up for her. So I don't know if it's the biometric pressures in the earth because of fall happening. I don't know. But it would just be kind of crazy to hear if you know someone who has seizures and you see a difference with seasons changing and that kind of stuff, because then it would be kind of one of those things that I could be like, huh, okay, well, that makes total sense. So, all right, you guys, hold tight. I'm going to get you guys flipped around here. We are going to talk about a few promotions that we have going on. We have Prize Patrol to go through as well. And then I am going to share the 3 beautiful cards that I have created for you guys. I'm going to be using the Autumn Expressions. Now, I am going to be using products from the whole suite collection. I will show you that in just a moment. When I get you guys flipped around, I'll go to the page of the catalog and show you exactly what we are going to be playing with. It does look like all of the product is now in stock. I was looking because it looks like the embellishments that I was using for this, it did say that they were out of stock, but then now when I went and looked, it says that they're back in. So I don't know. I'll look on the computer before I tell you guys whether yay or nay. In case you guys want to go big and order this whole suite collection and have it all so you can play with all the beautiful things there is in this. So yeah, let me get you guys turned around and then we're going to get right into this. Hold tight. For some reason, the whole anchor that I had here just shifted. So there we go. I think that looks, it's not straight at all. There we go. That looks a little bit straighter there. Okay, you guys, here is my October host code. So when you place an order with me of $35 or more through this week, you are going to get the Make It Monday Autumn Expressions kit from me in the mail with your PDF to show you how to create these 3 cards that I am going to be doing with you guys tonight. So when you place an order of $35 or more and you must use this host code, you are going to get this beautiful kit in the mail to create these 3 cards. Okay, so our November paper pumpkin, and this is, you can subscribe to this through November 10th, my birthday. Isn't that funny? I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I get this wonderful kit in the mail because I'm a subscriber on my birthday. I mean, it won't be here on my birthday, but you guys know what I'm saying. So anyways, the November Filled with Joy. Now this kit is going to be a little bit different in the fact that you're going to be creating these little fabric stockings. You're also going to be making some very cute gift tags as well. It says that celebrate Christmas with adorable stockings and gift tags. This is going to make 8 projects. So you're going to get 8 stockings with 8 gift tags. It's going to come with pre-cut paper pieces, the safety pins, and specialty gold foil. And then you're also going to get this really cute, unique little box. So the fun thing about these is you could hang these on your Christmas tree as little ornaments. Once you have them decorated, you could also create little gifts. You can put a gift card inside of there. You can put cash inside of there. They are just going to be super, super fun to help you with your gift giving this year. Thank you, Becky, for liking and sharing. Thank you, Vicky, for liking and sharing. Just got home from Phoenix, had your final pre-op appointment for your Thursday knee replacement. Well, you are definitely going to be in our thoughts and prayers, Vicky. You're going to do great. I can totally feel it for you, and you are going to be so happy once you have it done. Okay, now, just so you guys know, we still have our kits collection. They are up to 30% off right now. So it says save 30% off on all your favorite kits during the month of October. Each kit comes with everything you need to create unique paper crafts. We have options for cards, treat packaging, home decor, and so much more. So if you go into my store, shopdannygarola.com, you can hit the little, there's like 3 little lines at the top. Bring down that little menu. Once you bring that menu, it can, you can kind of narrow your search down, or you can just hit search for the kits. And that way you can go in there and you can see all the kits that are on sale. So those are wonderful. They're kind of like Paper Pumpkin, but you're not subscribing to anything. These are ones that you can pick up 3 or 4 of them if you want. These make great gifts as well. Mystery stamping. We did our live mystery stamping on Wednesday the 16th. So this last Wednesday. Now that is still open and available for you to get your cards submitted for that. I will be doing the winner on the 23rd, which is this coming up Wednesday. The way this works is all you have to do is simply create the same layout that I have shared with you guys over on my private group, which is Pink Barn Stampers Group. Now that is over on Facebook. That is a private group that you have to request to join that. There are a couple of little questions in there that you just have to answer. So I try to keep that page as safe as possible. And then you can come in and create your card, watch the video that I have made for you guys, and then get your card submitted in the comments over there. Our Join Kit special is happening right now. So when you become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator between now through the 31st of October, you're going to get to pick $155 worth of product and add this to your starter kit, and you're going to pay only $99 for this. This is a wonderful time. If you have been thinking about joining Stampin' Up, this is a wonderful time to join because you're going to get $30 more of product added to your starter kit. So if you would like to add any of those kits to there, you're still going to get that kit sale. So that is a wonderful time to do that because then you're going to get that sale price. So you're going to get more bang for your buck. Again, when you go to shopdannygarola.com, you go over to the little join button, you're going to register there and you're going to add the items that you want. So you can add any of those kits to that. You can add any of our online exclusives. Now remember, we are in a pre-order. So that means once you are a demonstrator, you get a month early to order products from our pre-order items when they come available. And right now we are in a pre-order for the online exclusives that are coming up. You can actually pick from those items, so you can get your hands on those before customers will ever even see them. So you can add those to your kit as well. Now, also in your starter kit, you're going to get a free business supplies in that, and you're going to get free shipping. Not to mention all the fun that comes with being part of our fantastic crafting community. There's no better time to join than now. So this is definitely something that you are going to want to take advantage of by the end of this month. All right, I am so excited. This is the class that I was telling you guys about that I have got on the calendar. This is my first class that I'm going to be doing in person here in my pink barn. This is where we're going to be doing a scrapbooking class. I also, in the beginning of December, am going to be offering a ornaments class as well. So if you are interested in that, you can keep watch over on my blog. That would be pinkbarnstampers.com. And you can watch in the categories section. There is an in-person tab that you can click on, and that will show you any of my upcoming in-person classes. So for right now, I have this one in there. I'm working out the details and the dates for the upcoming ornaments one, but I want to start having classes with people out here in the Tucson area. I know when you look at my address, you're like, whoa, geez, she lives kind of far. Well, it is a beautiful drive. I will tell you that much. It is beautiful scenery out here, and it's really not as far as you might think it is. It is well worth the drive to come out, craft, drink some coffee, have a good time visiting with other crafters as well as yourself, and just have a great day to spend with fellow friends. And if you are looking to meet other people in the community, this is a great way to do that as well. Alrighty. So let me get this stuff out of the way. All right, let's go ahead and do Prize Patrol since I have these sitting here. So what did I do here? So for commenting last week, we had made these really cute cards using the More Than Autumn. Is that what it's called? Oh, I'm so confused. Yeah, More Than Autumn. I was going to say, I know I'm doing an autumn one today too. So More Than Autumn is what I used last week. We created some very, very cute, yummy little cards. So this one is You Had Me at Peppermint. I did the little candy canes in the inside. So for commenting on last week's video, now no, you don't have to be live to comment. You can comment later on through this week. I do the drawing the following week. So on the 28th, on Monday is when I do the drawings before I go live here. So you have until then to like, comment, and share. Now, if you like and comment, or if you like and share, please come in and comment that you've liked and shared. That'll also get you included in the commenting. So I need you to make sure you come and tell me that you've liked and shared, because YouTube doesn't have the option for me to go in and look and see who has liked and shared. So you have to write that in here. You, when you hit that share button, you do have the option of where you want to share it. You can share it over on your Facebook page. You can share it, I believe, on Instagram. You can share it on here on YouTube. You choose where you want to share it. Now, this one here for commenting last week, this is going to go to Miss Courtney Austin Darp. So Courtney, this cute little peppermint card is coming your way. Again, it has got the little candy canes in the inside. So that is for commenting. Now, for liking last week's video, I have this really cute little card here. This is all about the pumpkin spice and everything nice. We use that little latte designer series paper on there. It says this calls for pumpkin spice. Hello fall. This one is going to Miss Georgia Moise. Georgia, this is coming to you for liking last week's video. Thank you so much for your support. So this is going to come to you. And then for sharing last week's video, I've got this really cute Nothing Better Than Donuts, because honestly, there's really nothing better than donuts in life because, well, I guess I could say coffee is better, but coffee and donuts together, whew, oh, you had me at coffee and donuts. All right, so this one here is going to go to K Wire for sharing. Also, I'm going to be giving you a Alphabet a la Modes dies. This is a full die set coming your way. Thank you so much for sharing my video. It helps me so much to get my business shared with other people. So there you guys go. Prize Patrol. We all love Prize Patrol, don't we? Okay, so I'm going to set those aside so I make sure I get those out in the mail. All right, here is the kit that we're going to be using. I'm also going to be using, this is the Autumn Expressions. Now, as you can see in the catalog, this is on page 36. Now, another cool thing about this is because we are having our starter kit promotion, if you like this set, you could also add this to your starter kit. So here is the stamp set along with the dies that I'm going to be playing with tonight. I am going to be using the fake glass dots along with the woven golden leaves and the wild wheat rustic striped ribbon. We also have this gorgeous watercolored paper that they have made these beautiful, or not watercolor, but they are painted designer series paper. We do have artists within the Stampin' Up who have created these beautiful sceneries. You've got pumpkins in here. You've got some beautiful flowers in here. A sunset to die for. It just reminds me of our Arizona sunsets. You've got some wheat growing here. Now this paper is called the Splendid Autumn Designer Series paper. So I'm going to be using that as well. Now let me look and see if it is all available. Let me go up here and search because I thought where's it at? Here's our leaves. I know the leaves are in stock. We've got the, let me look at the faux. Oh, hold on a second. I need to go back. I'm not even in the right thing. It's telling me that my watch needs to update. Okay. Okay, so yes, these are in stock. The faux glass dots, those are in stock. I know the leaves are in stock. The only other thing that they were saying was supposed to come in this week is the rustic striped ribbon. So let me check that and make sure that's in stock as well. It says it's currently available, so it should be coming in sometime this week. So if you go to order the whole suite collection for this, which the whole suite collection is called the Splendid Autumn Suite Collection, it's going to tell you that that's unavailable. It is unavailable because of the fact that this is out of stock at the moment. Now, again, it does say that this is supposed to be in this week. So just so you know that. This paper over here is absolutely beautiful that we're going to be playing with. Oh my God. The coyotes are outside going crazy already and it's not even dark out yet. So let me pull this paper out here. So as you can see, you've got some gorgeous purples going on here, some wheat. Now the back sides coordinate gorgeously with these. The back side of that one is that purple. There's the back side of that. Look at that. It just looks like you want to go out there and just relax and stare at the clouds. There's that sunset. Now, here in Arizona, we get the sunsets that look just like this with that purple in there, and it is just gorgeous. I know a lot of people come here to take photos of our sunsets because our sunsets are just so incredible. Look at that one with the white flowers in there. These are the ones that have, now those may not be pumpkins, those may be some sort of flower pod, but I just think they kind of look like pumpkins and that's what I would consider them because this is fall paper. You've got the green on the back of this and look at these flowers here. Oh, aren't those beautiful? And you've got that wild wheat on the back. And then this one with the trees going through. And then there's another one of those sunsets. So yes, very, very, very beautiful paper here. I actually just ordered a couple more sets of this paper because I know it is going to be one that I'm going to want to use for a long time. All right, so here is our kit. I'm going to go ahead and grab out the 3 cards that we're going to be making tonight. The first card here is going to be more on the simple side, but still just as equally gorgeous. Make sure I got all my pieces out of there. Now this is my insides. So as you can see, when I have this inside of the envelope, so when you receive your kit, it's going to be all tucked in per each card into its own envelope. The contents for the front of your card are going to be in the front of your card base. And then anything that needs to go on the inside of your card is going to be beside the, on the back side of your card base and in between your envelope flap. Just so you know that. Okay, so I'm going to set my inside off to the side here for the moment. Our card base is 8.5 by 8.5 by 5.5. It has been scored at 4.25. I'm going to go ahead and get this burnished down to make a very nice crease on our card. Now this card is going to go landscape style. All right, our next piece that we have, now this is our very vanilla. This is 4 by 5.25. This is going to get, now is the glare really bad on this black? I don't have I didn't bring out a piece of paper. Normally I use my grid paper underneath, but I thought maybe the black contrast might be kind of nice. But is that bothering anybody? Is it making it hard to see? You guys let me know a little bit. Okay, let me grab a piece of grid paper really quick, because I think the card stock and stuff that I'm using is kind of dark, and I think get lost here. So let me pull out one of our grid papers so I can use this. All right, you guys let better. Okay, there we go. I think you can see the colors a little bit better on the white too. So this is very vanilla. That is going to be our next layer. Then we've got 2 pieces of that designer series paper. This one here is those beautiful yellow flowers. Now this is 4.25 by 2.25. And then our next little strip here, this is 3/4 by 4.25. And then we've got a layer of our base color, which is that Mossy Meadow. This is 4.5 by 3.25. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my flower designer series paper and lay that there. And then I have cut off a little piece of that other one that has that Mossy Meadow. And it is going to get placed right there. It's going to bump right up to the flower paper, and that is going to be my image on this. So let me go ahead and get this adhered down. So I'm just eyeballing the 3 sides to this to make sure I get that all in place there and that it's all even. And then I'm going to take my little strip, my little 3/4 inch strip here, and I'm just going to adhere that right to the bottom of this. Hello, Melanie. I just saw you pop in here. Is the alphabet die set still available in which catalog? What? Oh, the one I'm doing is the giveaway, the alphabet a la mode. Let me check. I can't remember if that one is the one that retired or if it's the other one. Alphabet a la mode is, looks like that one is still available. And so is the mini alphabet dies. So yes, it is still able to be purchased. Okay, so there is our focal point. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some of this ribbon. This is the Wild Wheat rustic striped ribbon. I'm going to lay this out and just see a little bit past each one of my sides here. I'm going to take that and I'm just going to simply lay it over the seam of my 2 designer series papers that are touching there. And I'm just going to put this over here and just taking some regular Scotch tape, I'm just going to adhere this down. Just like so. Make sure that is straight on there. I'm going to adhere my piece of Very Vanilla onto my card base. Okay, this piece here is now going to get adhered onto that. Okay, then I'm going to take just a small length. This is about 4.5, 5 inches. I'm just going to take that and slide that underneath here. And I'm just going to tie a knot in that. Just like that. And then I'm just going to cut my ends, make them a little bit cleaner. Just like so. Okay, you can kind of fan those out how you like. Then using that, those faux glass dots, I'm going to, now on these flowers, they have the Cajun craze, and I really wanted to kind of grab that color out of here. So I'm going to use the Cajun craze one. Now these are in your pumpkin, your wild wheat, your either old olive or mossy meadow, and then your Cajun craze. So I'm going to use these ones here. I'm going to grab one of the little ones first, maybe. Put that there. My husband must have just went out and fed goats because they all of a sudden became very quiet. Okay, feeding time around here is roughly around 5:30, so all the animals start squawking out there because they know it's feeding time. So there is the outside of our card there. Now what I'm going to do is I have a strip of this designer series paper that I'm going to add to the inside. This is a 1/2 inch by 5 1/4. I'm going to lay that there. Now I am not going to put a sentiment on the front of this card. This is one of those cards that because this paper is so pretty, you could do so many different sentiments on this. This would be a gorgeous sympathy card. This would be a gorgeous get well card. It would be a gorgeous birthday card. I mean, you've just got a great graduation or congratulations, any of that kind of stuff. These cards will not go wrong when it comes to adding a greeting into the inside of this card and calling it good, because the beauty of the paper does the work for you. But I am going to, for the inside of this one, this has some really cute little sentiments in it. It says, may the beauty of the season fill your heart with joy. Change can be beautiful. You've got this. Dear friend, have a perfectly lovely day and grateful for you. I think I'm going to do grateful for you inside of this. Let me grab my block here. I wasn't sure what sentiment I was going to do in the inside of it, but now that I've looked at this, I think I want the grateful for you. I like that. But let me get this sentiment a little bit straighter on this block so it's not messing with my eyes as much. Now I think I'm going to go ahead and stamp that in that Cajun. I'm making sure that's nice and inked up there. I'm just going to stamp that right in the center. Give that a second to marinate down into that paper and then pull straight off. And we have a gorgeous sentiment in the inside of that card. Now I am going to clean that stamp off just because it's going to have so much ink and color on there. I know I will try to move something and lay it on that stamp. And I just don't want that happening. All right, so now I'm going to take this and adhere this to the inside. Okay, just like so. Yes, they definitely do look like a painting. That's what I'm saying. This paper is just so stunning. It's gorgeous. And then this almost looks like it's a painting in a frame. So yeah, absolutely. All right, so there is our first card, really showing off that beautiful paper we've got there. So card number 1. Alrighty, let's do card number 2. So is it helping with the white frame, with the white paper down here? Is it kind of killing that glare a little bit? Okay, good. All right, so our card base for this one, this is Crumb Cake. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. We're gonna go ahead and do the same thing and make sure that crease is nice and tight. There's our card base. Our next layer that we have is Cajun Craze. This is, what did I decide to do? Oh, this one is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. So that's 1/8 of an inch smaller than our card base. We need to have a couple of scraps here. I've got the gold foil scrap. I've got a scrap of that gorgeous designer series paper. That is the, what did I say this paper is called? The Autumn, or Splendid Autumn designer series paper. And then I've got a scrap of our wild wheat and a scrap of crumb cake. Now what we're going to do with this is I'm going to set all of our scraps aside for the moment. And I'm going to set the base aside. We're going to work with this piece right here And I'm going to use the Cajun Craze ink. Now I'm going to stick with pretty much the top portion of this little wheat stem stamp here. I'm not so much going to worry about the bottom. It's going to come off my paper, but I'm going to come in and I'm going to do my corners first. Like so. Then I'm going to come in and do on each side of the card and on the ends. Okay. Then I'm going to just kind of randomly stamp in those little areas that we don't have filled in yet. Okay, and then I'm going to stamp off and then add the second gen. But first, let's finish this here. So I'm going to stamp off once, come back in here and just add a couple of the second generation stamping in there just to kind of fill in some of that space. Okay, I think I like that. I think I need one more down here. Okay, that looks okay. And I close this up. So just like so, we have a pretty much our own background paper that we just created. So that is going to get adhered down to our crumb cake base. I guess I would have needed to add the white underneath anyways, right? I couldn't have done this without that. Okay, now I'm going to set that aside, and now we're going to work on our pieces here. I am going to bring in the, let's move this so I don't get anything on that. I'm going to be bringing in the dies. These are called the Autumn Expressions dies. So what I need to do, now, this little piece here folds like a purse. So when you die cut the whole thing, it will then fold in half and then close like a little purse. So one side is a little bit bigger than the other side. So then you get kind of that framed look to it. So I'm going to use the bigger opening. So when I look at mine, I can kind of tell by eyeballing it, but sometimes I like to have just an extra little piece cut. So when I come back here, I can look and be like, okay, that's the small side. So when I look at this, I can be like, okay, that's the small side, or that's the big side, and this is the small side, because this will now not fit quite as well in here. It's a little smaller than this. So this is the small, this is the large. So I want to use the big side to cut on my gold piece here. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to go cut this out. So all I need is this piece right here. I'm not going to use the whole frame, but I do save these because other pieces you could frame inside of there and make it look like a cute little frame. It's kind of a cool little thing that this does here. Now the next piece that I need is I need my little hanging this is going to go on there. Now this looks like just a little hanging chain. So when you pull this off, you'll have to just pick those little things out and see how that looks like just a little hanging chain there. All right, the other thing that I need to do is I am going to use this little inside piece right here. Actually fits the dear friend perfectly inside of that. So what I'm going to do to make myself a little banner here with this, using this little piece, I'm going to set that aside. Now, in order to stamp on something like your gold foil, silver foil, anything that is non-porous like paper is, you're going to need Stays On ink. Stays On is exactly what it says. It stays where it is put. So I'm going to get this. Now, you do need to stamp somewhat quick because it does dry fast. So when you stamp, go straight down and then up so it doesn't, because of the fact that this is kind of sheen, if you move it around a little bit, it's going to kind of make a mess, because see, it can go like that and really it's not pretty. So you really want to just stamp down and come back up. All right, so I'm going to move that. I have my dear friend. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to take this and frame that within the dear friend, and then I'm going to go cut that. So let me grab my little piece here. I'm going to hold that on there. I'm going to grab some of my washi tape here and just place that just like so. Put my plate on top of that, and then I'm going to cut that out. So now you can see when you pop that out, you've got your dear friend in that cute little banner there. So I'm going to set that aside. That's going to go up there also. Okay, and then what I need next is I am going to use both my wild wheat and my crumb cake. I am going to cut out 2 of the leaves. Now this has already got some embossing on it, so it makes some really cute detail in your leaves. Hello, Kimberly. And so I am going to cut that twice. And so when I do, I come out with these 2 leaves. And then we're going to use the crumb cake with this little fern-like leaf. And again, it's got the little embossed details in there. We're going to cut that out twice. And we're going to get, whoops, I dropped the other one. Where'd it go? Oh, bending over hurts. Oh my goodness. Don't drop things. Okay, so we're going to do that. So I'm going to show you these so you can see the details in it. Oh, that hurt bending over. So see the little details that has on it? It's really, really cute. Okay, so I'm going to set those aside. That's what we're going to need. And then taking our wild wheat, I am going to use the smaller of the 2. So we did just use the bigger one down here to cut out our frame. So now I want to use this smaller one. So I'm just going to take this. Now this is going to hang like this. Okay, this is going to go on our card like so. I mean, you could have it go this way. It's up to you, however you want to do your scenery. So you could either do your scenery looking like this, or you can have your scenery looking like this. It's your card, you do what you want. But I'm going to cut it like this. I want a little bit of the sky in there. I want some of the tree with some of these leaves or the wheat kind of shooting up here. So I'm going to cut this like so. Takes me a minute to cut things out because, man, I'm telling you, whatever I did to my back, I really screwed myself up good. I like don't have the strength to even crank the embossing machine over here. Okay, so here is our little piece that we're going to be using. I'm going to put this back on there so I don't misplace that. This little piece here is now, as you can see, it is just a touch smaller, like 1/8 of an inch, like we did on our card base, 1/8 of an inch smaller than our gold frame. So that's kind of cool. I'm going to go ahead and adhere, because you know some old paintings, you know how they have old like gold frames to them. That's what kind of made me decide to do the gold in the background of this. I know when we were cleaning up my grandma's house, she had a lot of pictures that had gold frames on them. All right, and then taking this little piece here, I'm going to put this with a little bit of glue on the back of our little brackets here. Maybe. Got a glue booger. Because I want just a little bit of glue. I don't want it making a mess. I'm going to slide it right underneath the corners of my designer series paper and have that sit just like so. Okay, like those are just little brackets hanging onto our photo or painting. Okay, using my card, I'm going to flip this over and I'm gonna grab my dimensionals. Okay, and I'm going to place this with the top up here touching the top of the paper, just like that. Okay, then with my little pieces here, now we do need to grab, didn't I bring those leaves out, those gold leaves? Oh, there they are. Okay, we have these really neat woven golden leaves. I'm going to pull one of those out. Okay, maybe I'm going to pull 2 out. I only need 1 for this, but I am going to now place my little leaves. I'm going to go like so, and then place, I'm going to adhere one of my little ferns. To kind of the bottom of my leaf here, just like so. That's going to be right there. I'm going to take this fern and put a little bit of glue on that stem. And then I'm going to have it going on this leaf. So then when my leaves are sitting, it's going to look like that. Okay, this little piece here is going to go underneath the bottom. I'm just going to tuck it in there like so. So I'm going to grab a glue dot. Just stick that glue dot on there. Now that's going to get tucked right up underneath the corner of my card there. Oops, no, I had this one going here. So that is going to get adhered right here, like so. And then this one is going to get adhered coming up over here. So again, just putting a dot of glue on the back of that leaf, like that. Then my dear friend is going to go right over the top of that with a little mini glue dot. Or actually, no, I'm not going to raise that too because I've already got my thing raised. I'm just going to adhere this down. Now let's turn it over so our words are right. Okay, I'm going to place that just like so. Over the deer, over the bottom half of that. Now I pushed down too hard so my card stuck to that little mini glue dot, so I was just lifting that back up. So there is card number 2. Now you could add some of your little glass dots on there, but I kind of liked it without the embellishments. Now you could do some gold embellishments around there, but I didn't want it to kind of take away from the look of what I was doing on my card. Now, for some reason, I've already pushed that down, but I didn't get it very straight, but you guys get the idea. So there is that. Now what I was gonna do on the inside is I was going to leave it the crumb cake and then grab my Cajun Craze and stamp these around like so. I come up over here on this top corner and then maybe come up over here. And then we could take our sentiment. We do have it say, dear friend here. So maybe we could use, you've got this, change can be beautiful. May the beauty of the season fill your heart with joy. I think I'm going to use that one. Now I am going to grab my Memento Black to stamp this sentiment because I don't need the stays on because the fact that I'm not stamping on a shiny surface. I'm just stamping on a porous paper. Just like so. So that is what the inside of our card looks like. May the beauty of the season fill your heart with joy. Then it says, dear friend. So I think that turns out really, really beautiful like that. I'm gonna zoom you guys out just a skosh because I feel like I'm really super close. So there you go, card number 2. All right, now card number 3 is going to blow your socks off. I think card number 3 is just beautiful. Now, I will give you a disclaimer. It is kind of a paper eater, but it is well worth the paper that it's going to eat. So if you don't know what I mean about saying paper eater, it means it uses quite a bit of paper, but you guys are going to love it. let me move this again, get myself somewhat situated here. Okay, so card number 3, we are going to pull out all of the insides and everything to our card here. All right, so let me put, this is the inside of our card. I haven't chose what color I'm gonna put on the inside of our card yet. So that's why I haven't done an inside yet. I wasn't sure if white was gonna look good or if I need to go with more vanilla. Okay, so these are the outside pieces of our card. I'm gonna set those aside for the moment, just so I can show you the card base. Okay, so our card base is, we have a regular card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Okay, just like so. We're gonna go ahead and crease this. Okay, so again, this card is going to be landscape. Oh, you wait, Georgia. This one might become your new fave after you see this one. Now, no guarantees. You still might like card number 1. Let me move all the stuff out of the way because we are going to need to do some scoring here. So on this, we need to score. Now this piece here is 5 1/4 by 9 1/4. We need to score this at 4. So make sure my cutting blade is out of the way. We need to score at 4 and then score at 6 5/8. So that is your next biggest notch past your 6 5/8. So don't go, or yeah, 5/8. Don't go to your 16ths, which is your next one. It's the second one past your 6 1/2, which is your 6 5 3/8. Okay. So again, that is scored at 4 and 6 5/8. Okay. So for this piece here, we are going to take your 4-inch line and fold up. Take your bone folder, crease that down good and tight. And then where your 6 5/8 inch is, you're going to fold it back down on itself. Okay, so this is what is going to create your card front. So this is going to sit like this. So you do have kind of a few layers going on. You have a regular card base with then your fun fold coming out of it. So I'm going to set that aside for the moment. So now what we need for this, we need 2 pieces of designer series paper. This is the back of one of those papers. This measures at 2 1/2 by 5 1/8. Now this is going to go on your front flap. Then you've got a big piece of your designer series paper, and this is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8, and that's going to go on your big piece here. So when this folds up, it's going to look like so. Okay, so let's go ahead and adhere these pieces down. Your center piece is not going to have anything on it. So again, having your 1/8 of an inch of that crushed curry. I didn't tell you the colors. So this is crushed curry and this is blackberry bliss. Now look at this paper with these 2 colors. Isn't that just amazing? Okay, now I'm going to put that there. Bring this down like so. Not sure if Frida is still on here or not, but I hear that you're going to be retiring soon. So congratulations on your retirement. That is always wonderful. Okay, so there is our pretty much our fun fold part of our card. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere that straight to my card base. So it's just this back flap that's going to get adhered to this. Okay. And that will sit like so. And then close up like that. And then you still have the inside of your card that will be opened. So there's quite a bit of opening to this and quite a bit of space that you can write to your recipient. Okay, I've also decided to bring in, this is the oxidized copper 12 by 12 paper. Now it comes with the Pretty Peacock and it comes in the regular copper. So that's the piece that I'm using. So for this piece, I need to grab, now this is just a scrap. So I need to grab my die and I am going to do the same thing, but I am going to do the big piece. I'm going to die cut the big on this. So let me cut that. All right, so there's my oxidized piece. And then on my piece of Blackberry Bliss, I'm going to do the smaller one and cut that out. And I already went ahead and did that. So again, keeping that little frame, I have my my copper oxidized paper for my frame, and then my Blackberry Bliss is going to be in the inside here. I have this scrap that I'm going to need. Now I'm going to take the leaf, this leaf here, and I'm going to die cut it 3 times out of the copper. When I do, I have these 3 leaves here. Then on my crushed curry scrap, I am going to die cut my fern leaf twice. Well, I did have them sitting here. Oh, there it is. There's one and there's one. Okay, so that is done twice with that. Now, what else I need is I'm going to need 3 of my gold leaves here. So I'm just going to grab 3 of these out, like so. Then I also need, so let's move this out of the way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the stamp that says "Change May Be Beautiful." I'm also bringing in my copper embossing powder. Now I need to grab a piece of just scratch paper that I have here. I'm going to move all these pieces aside. Now grabbing my Versamark ink. I'm going to Versamark Change is Beautiful. Make sure that's nice and inky and sticky. And then I'm going to stamp in the middle of my little label here, just like so. Make sure I put the lid on my Versamark so none of my ink gets in my pad. Then I'm going to take my copper embossing powder and run that over the top of that. Now with my tweezers, I'm going to grab this and tap it. Make sure it is all nice and powdered up there. Then with my little jar, I'm gonna take this and put the rest of that powder back in there because we don't want to waste perfectly good powder. Okay, now I'm going to bring in my heat tool, so it's going to get a little bit noisy. Give that a second to heat up, and it does only take a few seconds. Okay, let that heat sit on that powder for just a few moments, and you can see it melts like butter and gives you a beautiful gloss finish to that popper. Now you could do this in gold also. I just kind of like the copper. I just thought it was kind of pretty on that Blackberry Bliss. And since we're using copper paper. Okay, now I'm gonna take that. Oh, Frida retired yesterday. Look at there. We got an hour and a half notice that we're closing. Wow. So there is a restaurant, and now I'm not sure if it is all across the US, but it is called Sherry's. And that is where Frida has worked for a while, a long while actually. And it was a really good restaurant back when we lived. It used to be kind of a hangout for us, you know, youngsters when we were, you know, you would go to the downtown clubs, downtown Portland, and hang out. And then Sherry's was always the place that you would go because Sherry's was typically open till pretty late at night. Some of them were open till like 24 hours. And so we would go there and kind of sober up after our night out on the club. So it's pretty sad to hear that it is closing because it has been one of those things that has been around for quite some time. So I'm sad to hear that it is closing, but I also get that in the economy the way it is, that it's just happened to happen to some places, and it just kind of sucks. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to, but they should have definitely given you guys more fair warning than an hour and a half. That's kind of ridiculous, but whatever. I don't make the rules. Just got to live by them. Okay, so on this little leaf here, I'm just going to place the yellow leaf off to the side, like so. Give that a second to dry. And then on my other two leaves, now let's get these together and get these drying as well. So I'm going to, again, put a little bit of glue on that fern. And then I'm going to place this leaf just kind of right over the top of that, like so. Let that dry. This one's going to sit here. Now what I need to do next is I need to grab a length of, so I'm going to do probably about 10 inches of my rustic striped ribbon here. And so I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do. So in here are these little white, okay, so if you look at it, there is a wild wheat, and then you've got 3 or 4 or maybe 5 even little strands of the other colors in there. I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to kind of pull on that to kind of fray that end to expose now those inside pieces. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to grab a piece of that little white end and pull on that, and that will come out of there. So there's one little strip out of there. Let me grab another one. Okay, pull that, whoops. Pull that out. You've got some strips of the wild wheat is what I want to grab next. Well, I guess you've got more time for the grandbabies then, right, Frida? I mean, I'm sure they're probably still in school and that kind of stuff, but it kind of frees up life a little bit being retired. I know financially it doesn't free anything up, but hopefully you've been there a while, hopefully they give you a pretty good retirement package. But from what it sounds like you've been going through, I'm not sure if they have a retirement package. Kind of sounds like the company kind of went belly up on itself. Okay, there's another piece of that. And then with this, you can save this for another project, or you can cut that and use that, but it's kind of pretty the way it is. So I'm going to set that aside. All I want are these little strings. So Vicky, when you go in for your surgery, it looks like you have a birthday coming up on the 28th. So next Monday is Vicky's birthday, and she is going in, you said on this Thursday, which is the 24th, to have your knee surgery. So you're going to be kind of spending your birthday in recovery. Maybe not in the hospital, but you're going to still be recovering from your procedure. So that may or may not be a good way to spend your birthday. If it's not in pain, then, I mean, that could be a good thing. All right, so now I have these little strands here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up all those little strands and I'm going to take it and I'm going to make just a little bow here. And I am going to tie a little knot or a little bow using these strands. And they're going to get messy, and that's okay because that's kind of what I want. I want that messy bow look. And then you can pull a few strands here and there and make it different sizes and whatever. Just kind of make it tight. Pull here, pull there, make the sides different sizes, whatever. Like that. Okay. Now I do want to cut off just a little bit of this because this is a little shaggy over here. Okay, so there is my little crazy bow. Using some of those little stringies. It's just kind of a different little texture to that bow that I really kind of like. It's kind of neat to have little textures on your cards every now and then. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to move our little pieces here out of the way. And I'm going to add this right here. So I'm just going to add glue 3/4 of the way up here, leaving about 1/4 of the top of that with no adhesive on it. Then I'm just going to bring this down. Absolutely stay on top of your pain medication. Yes, agreed. Okay, so that's going to go there. Then I'm going to, again, take one of my mini glue dots and one of my gold leaves here and place that in the bottom of my leaf. And then on one of these little pieces, I'm going to add that to my leaf as well. So if I just push that, that glue will kind of go through there and touch that. And then I'm just going to pick up just ever so slightly on the side of my, whatever I'm trying to say here, on the side of my label, and just kind of slide this and tuck it kind of behind there. But I want to leave some of these little fern leaves above my label. So just like that, and then tuck that in there like so. And then over here, we're going to do the same exact thing. We're going to grab a mini glue dot and put it on the bottom of that. and stick that right in the corner here. So just lifting up ever so slightly on that, taking that and placing it in the corner. I'm going to take my little leaf here, and this one is going to go right like so. And then another one of my little gold leaves. Take another one of those mini glue dots. I'm going to now lift this up and tuck this behind here. Push that down behind there. Okay. And then this little single leaf here, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on that. And then I'm going to take this leaf and kind of place it facing downwards. Okay. Now again, we are definitely using some mini glue dots for this project. I'm going to take my mini glue dot and add it right to the knot of my little frilly bow here and place that right on top of the two meetings of those leaves. And then just kind of spread your little bow out, and there is your super cute little fun fold. So if you hold it like this, it lays like this, and then you've got your inside of your card that opens. So just like that. Isn't that so cool? Oh, I love it. I think that turned out so beautiful. Then they get to see that full frame of that gorgeous paper in the inside there. But I think I want to, I was kind of looking at this earlier. I wasn't sure if I liked the very vanilla on the inside or if I liked a white piece on the inside. Now there's with a white piece, which looks okay, because I guess the inside of this is white, or we could do the very vanilla. I don't know, I think I'm kind of digging the white, actually. It looks kind of just clean. Not that you're really gonna see the difference. I'm just gonna go with the white, it's already cut. Okay, so what I have here is I have, again, a strip of this paper, 1/2 inch by 5 1/4. I'm just gonna place that. It's the same paper that we used right here on the bottom portion. Yeah, I agree. I think the white just kind of pops. See, I told you guys that this card was just, oh, amazing. Okay, and we could do, since we put change can be beautiful on the front there, we could do our may the beauty of the season fill your heart with joy. We could do that again. And so I think for this, I'm going to stamp in the, let's do the Blackberry Bliss, because I think if we did crushed curry, I don't know how well you would see it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to try something really quick. I'm just going to try it. So I'm not going to stamp on my white piece yet. I'm going to stamp on here. I want to try something. Okay, so I'm going to stamp that, and then I'm going to grab my Blackberry Bliss. I kind of like that, actually. It's kind of a I did both colors on top of each other. Can you see it? So I'm gonna do Blackberry Bliss first, and I'm gonna actually stamp this. My piece is kind of, let's turn it around. I'm gonna stamp this right down here below. May the beauty of the season fill your heart with joy. Now watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab my chamois because I definitely don't want to stamp my rich razzleberry not rich razzleberry, my Blackberry Bliss. I definitely don't want to stamp it then into my crushed curry. Now, the first time when I did it, I went from crushed curry into the Blackberry Bliss because it's dark enough, you're not going to see the yellow in it, but we definitely don't want to take that darker color and then stamp in here because it would really destroy our ink pad, and we don't want to do that. So I'm just going to stamp this again right like so, just kind of right over the top of that. And that really, really makes that pop with that crushed curry and Blackberry Bliss together. So I'll hold that up so you guys can kind of see that. See how that looks so pretty, even though it's kind of almost looks like a blurry, like 3D vision. It really turns out pretty when you take that much bolder, brighter color on top of something that's so dark. It just really looks really rich. Okay, so that is now gonna go on the inside of our card. Okay, like that. Okay, and then there is our full card put together. Now let's add a couple of little blings to this because why not? I think I'm going to use the crushed curry ones. So I'm going to hold this closed and we're going to let's grab a big one of these, place it right up here, and then let's do a small and another big. Oh my goodness. Okay, just like so. So there is our card complete. It turned out so gorgeous. What do you guys think of that? With that really neat, fun fold, springy little interaction kind of card there. Would really make anybody's day. But I really wanted to show something kind of different using this set. I know there's been a lot of cards created with this, but I really wanted to show and display these. So let me bring all three of these in. Let me move my mess here. So if you have been eyeballing this set, hopefully I have helped you guys with a little bit more clarity with a little bit more clarity. And now you know you definitely have to have this set. It will help you with all of your upcoming fall holiday, even your Thanksgiving cards to come. So there are three very different ways of using this paper and dies together along with the stamps. Very, very cool. Again, I really, really like this simple, beautiful display of that designer series paper. I think that's a great way to get some cards made. These would make great gifts if you made these in multiples and then put them in like either like we have our, well, that's not it, but we do have card boxes that you can, I don't know where mine's at right now. Amazon sells little envelopes that are like little clear boxes that you can put 4 or 5 cards in. This would make a great gift. Use up a couple of different of the patterns on this paper. Make them in different colors. Give those as gifts. People love getting cards and envelopes in a gift set so then they can share the love as well. Not everybody wants to make their own cards. I know quite a few people that would just rather buy cards from me, and that works too. But if you are one that likes making the cards, this is a great fast to go make a bunch of these up and have them even for yourself on hand, that when you need to send somebody a card, you've got those. Then you step it up with a little bit more elegance with that gold in there, with some of those die cut leaves. And then of course, to just go all out, you've got this really, really cool fun fold that you could really just hammer some of these out. Again, they're gonna eat more paper, but you are gonna get compliments like crazy on a card like this. All right, you guys, have yourselves a wonderful week. Was it the pumpkin paper add-on? Was what the pumpkin paper add-on? Was it the pumpkin paper? Did I miss something? Ow. Blah, 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 blah. All right, Melanie. Oh, where did the fern die come from? From this set. That fern is right there. That's in this set. But you are right, though. I think this new one, where is it? No, it's not that one. One of the newer ones. Is it the Mary Tags and More? I think it has a fern in it. If you do have it. Yes, that's big, though. Look at the size comparison. So this is that new fern die inside of the new add-on for the paper pumpkin that Melanie is talking about. And then this is the little fern leaf that comes in with this Autumn Expressions dies. So yes, this one is huge. This one's smaller to fit in and tuck in little places like this. Way looking out there, Melanie. I forgot that there was a fern even in this thing. Look at you. You're on top of it, girl. Of course. That's just how Melanie rolls. She always knows. All right, you guys. Have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful night and rest of your week. Take care of yourselves. I love you all, and I will see you guys next week for the 28th. That will be Vicky's birthday. And also, Vicky, you are in our thoughts and prayers for your upcoming surgery this Thursday. All right, you guys, take care of yourselves. Like, share, and comment here for the giveaway for these cards for next week. Also, if you are not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe, and then you will know every time I go live. You will get a notification so you can join us live. All right, you guys, take care. Bye-bye.